This video is about Thor storming the Bifrost until Loki betrays his journey. If this myth excites you, please like the video, share it with friends, and write in the comments how it pulled you into the adventure. Part 1: The Storm on Bifrost. In the realm of Asgard, where golden halls gleamed under the watchful eyes of the All-Father Odin, a storm brewed, dark and tempestuous. Thunder rumbled ominously above the majestic bridge of Bifrost, the shimmering pathway connecting the heavens to Midgard, the realm of men. It was here that Thor, the god of thunder, prepared for an epic journey that would test the very fabric of the cosmos. The air was thick with tension as Thor stood at the edge of the Bifrost, his muscled arms gripping the enchanted hammer, Mjolnir. The weapon crackled with energy, an extension of his fury and strength. His heart raced not with fear but with anticipation, for a whisper had reached his ears, a dread prophecy from the Norns, the weavers of fate. It spoke of a betrayal that would twist the course of destiny, and Thor knew he must confront this shadow before it consumed all he held dear. As he gazed into the swirling colors of the Bifrost, memories of past battles surged through him. He had fought giants, Vanir sorcerers, and fiery beasts, each encounter a test of his valor. But this journey felt different. It tasted of betrayal, a bitter wine he had yet to sip. The winds howled as though the cosmos themselves sensed the impending turmoil. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the mist, cloaked in shadows, and Thor felt the familiar chill of treachery in his bones. It was Loki, the god of mischief, whose cunning smile was both a comfort and a curse. "Brother," Loki called, his voice smooth as silk but laced with malice. "Are you prepared to face what lies ahead?" Thor's brow furrowed. "Your presence here does not bring solace. Loki, speak plainly. Do you come as an ally or an adversary?" Loki stepped closer, the light of the Bifrost casting an ethereal glow upon his face. "Ah, dear Thor, always so straight-laced, I seek but to offer guidance. The path you tread is perilous, and I know secrets that could turn the tide in your favor." "What secrets?" Thor demanded, suspicion creeping into his voice. The storm above raged, lightning illuminating the tension between the two gods. "An alliance," Loki said, his eyes gleaming with mischief and ambition. "Join forces with the giants of Jotunheim. They bear a grudge against Odin. Together, we could overthrow the All-Father and reshape Asgard." Thor's heart thundered, but not with excitement. "You would have me betray my family for your selfish schemes. I seek to protect Asgard, not destroy it." "Protect?" Loki laughed, a sound that echoed eerily across the Bifrost. "You are blind to the truth. Odin's reign is crumbling, and you, Thor, are merely a pawn in his game. The giants seek vengeance, and I can guide you to their heart." The wind howled, as if warning Thor against the temptation in Loki's words. Yet, beneath the deception, Thor felt a flicker of curiosity. Could Loki be right? Could their father's rule be faltering? But he shook his head, dismissing the notion. "I will not follow you into darkness, brother." "Then you walk alone to your doom," Loki spat, frustration twisting his features. "When the storm breaks, remember this moment. You will wish you had listened." With that, Loki vanished, swallowed by the tempest. Thor stood alone, the Bifrost trembling beneath his feet. He had been given a choice, a glimpse into the shadows lurking beyond the light. But his heart remained steadfast, bound by honor and loyalty. Taking a deep breath, Thor stepped onto the Bifrost, his resolve as unyielding as the hammer in his hand. The colors of the bridge swelled around him as he felt the pulse of a realm's each heartbeat, a reminder of the stakes at hand. As he crossed the rainbow expanse, the skies darkened ominously. The ground trembled beneath him, and he pressed on, driven by an unwavering purpose. Suddenly, the air crackled with energy, and shadows twisted into monstrous forms emerging from the depths of despair. Trolls, grotesque visages illuminated by flashes of lightning, surged forward, snarling and brandishing crude weapons. The first lunged, aiming for Thor's throat, but he reacted with instinctual speed, swinging Mjolnir with a fierce roar. The hammer met the troll's limb, a thunderous crack echoing across the bridge. The creature was sent flying, crashing into a shimmering wall of light. Other trolls followed, their brutish strength pitted against Thor's divine power. Each strike was a symphony of chaos, flesh tearing, monsters howling, and the thunder of Mjolnir singing a song of destruction. "Bring it on!" Thor bellowed, exhilaration coursing through his veins. He was not merely fighting, he was asserting his will against the darkness encroaching upon Asgard. He felt alive, a force of nature, a relentless storm carving his path through the relentless monstrosity. But amid the violence, doubt crept into his heart, echoing Loki's words. Was he truly alone? The shadows thickened, and he felt their weight pressing upon him like a shroud. Each troll he vanquished birthed two more from the abyss, an unending tide of malice. By Odin's name he roared, channeling the storm within him. Thunder cracked, lightning danced around him, and he called upon the tempest. He struck the ground with Mjolnir, unleashing a torrent of energy that surged through the Bifrost. The trolls were thrown back, their forms disintegrating in the brilliance of divine light. Yet, just as victory seemed within reach, the skies darkened further, and a chilling laughter echoed from the shadows. From the depths of despair, a figure rose. A monstrous giant towering over Thor emerged from the chaos. Its eyes burned with malice, and its roar shook the heavens. Thor the mighty, I am Jotunheim's wrath, summoned to devour your life. The giant's voice was thunderous, filled with ancient power. It raised the colossal weapon, forged in the fires of hatred, and charged. Thor's heart raced as he prepared for the oncoming storm. He felt the weight of destiny upon him, the burden of honor and sacrifice. You shall not have Asgard, beast, he shouted, the storm surging around him, electrifying the air. They clashed in a magnificent explosion of power, the earth trembling beneath their feet. Each strike of Mjolnir clashed against the giantess weapon, sending shockwaves through the cosmos. Thunder roared, and the heavens wept with the ferocity of their battle. Is this the best Asgard has to offer? The giant taunted, swinging its weapon with a force that nearly toppled Thor. You are but a flickering flame in the face of the storm. With fierceness burning in his chest, Thor replied, It is not the flame that defines us, but the strength to rise from the ashes. He summoned all his power, focusing it into one final strike. The air crackled, and with a deafening roar he hurled Mjolnir with all his might. The hammer flew true, striking the giant with the force of 1,000 storms. The brute staggered, stunned by the impact, and with a final, triumphant cry, Thor charged forward, fists ablaze with divine anger. He delivered a crushing blow, toppling the giant to the ground. But even as the giant fell, darkness swirled and coalesced around Thor, shadows creeping closer, whispering deceit. Loki's laughter echoed in his mind, taunting him. You may have won this battle, but the war is far from over. With each passing moment, doubt began to gnaw at his soul. Alone on the Bifrost, with the aftermath of battle surrounding him, Thor faced the chilling realization that the true storm was yet to come. The fate of Asgard hung precariously in the balance, and the shadows of betrayal loomed ever larger, their tendrils wrapping around his heart. With resolve anew, Thor gripped Mjolnir tightly and stepped forward, determined to uncover the truth behind Loki's treachery. The path ahead was fraught with peril, but he would not falter. He would face the storm, challenge the darkness, and protect Asgard against all odds. As he marched deeper into the swirling chaos of the Bifrost, a fierce determination ignited within him. This journey would not end until he unveiled the true nature of betrayal, and the gods would know that Thor, the Stormbringer, would rise against the tempest that sought to consume them all. Part 2, Shadows of Betrayal. As Thor pressed deeper into the heart of the Bifrost, the very essence of the bridge pulsated with chaos, swirling colors clashing against the darkening storm clouds above. He felt the presence of unseen eyes, watching, waiting, breath held in the anticipatory silence of impending doom. Amidst the echoes of Loki's laughter, he summoned forth his resolve, Mjolnir crackling with energy at his side. Come what may, he muttered, I shall face it, and I shall conquer. With every fierce step, Thor courageously crossed the ethereal expanse, the air thick with electric tension. It was then he encountered a sudden rush of wind, a foreboding herald of something sinister lurking just beyond his sight. As if summoned by his uncertainty, a shadow emerged, a spectral wolf, larger than any beast he had faced before. Its eyes glowed with a ghastly light, and its growl reverberated like the tolling of doom. I am Fenrir, the harbinger of despair, the wolf snarled, its voice a deep rumble that sent shivers down Thor's spine. You tread upon the Bifrost uninvited, god of thunder. Your arrogance will be your undoing. I know not what treachery you bring, Thor replied, brandishing Mjolnir, the hammer glowing with divine fury, but I will not cower. I will protect Asgard against all threats, even those born of shadows. With that proclamation, Fenrir lunged, a blur of sinewy muscle and fangs gleaming like obsidian under the flashes of lightning. Thor reacted instinctively. He swung Mjolnir, the hammer connecting with the beast's head in a cacophony of thunder. The impact sent a shockwave across the Bifrost, but Fenrir merely staggered, eyes aflame with fury. Foolish god, you think brute force can conquer darkness? Fenrir growled, shaking off the blow as if it were nothing more than a minor annoyance. Your brother has already sown seeds of discord. Do you truly believe you stand alone against the tide? Thor's heart sank at the wolf's words, a flicker of doubt igniting within. Loki may be cunning, but I will not let his treachery define my path, he roared, charging again. The ensuing clash was titanic, a clash of divine might against primal ferocity. Each strike of MJ Elner against Fenrir's claws echoed like the crack of doom, illuminating the churning skies. The wolf's agility was unnerving. It danced around him, taunting Thor, slashing with its razor-like teeth. Your resolve is commendable, but foolish. Fenrir taunted as Thor narrowly dodged a snapping bite. Your brother knows the truth. It is the very heavens that conspire against you. In that moment, Thor hesitated, the wolf's words digging deep into his thoughts like daggers. What do you know of Loki? He demanded, breathless from the fight. He is a traitor born of a wretched heart. Fenrir paused, panting heavily, its eyes narrowing. And you are blinded by brotherly diversion. He sees the cracks in Asgard's foundation, Thor. He knows of the hidden weakness that Odin God so fiercely, the very power that could burn you all. Enough! Thor shouted, summoning the storm within him. Drawing upon divine energy, he poured it into MJ Elner, lightning arcing between his fingertips. I do not fear the shadows you weave, I will strike you down. With a powerful swing, Thor unleashed a bolt of lightning, the air crackling with the sheer force of divinity. Fenrir snarled, but the blast struck true, engulfing the wolf in a storm of electricity. The beast howled, pain reverberating through the Bifrost, before collapsing into a pile of shadows, dissipating into the air like mist at dawn. Thor stood panting, the echoes of the battle ringing in his ears. I will not be swayed by lies, he breathed, renewing his determination. Loki's betrayal will not claim my heart. But fate had other plans. The breath of the storm changed, and from the depths of the Bifrost, a figure emerged, a shimmering spectre cloaked in an ethereal mist. It was the Valkyrie, Brynhildr, her beauty radiant amid the swirling chaos. The light around her shone with a fierce intensity, illuminating the path ahead. Thor, son of Odin, she called, her voice like the ringing of a celestial bell. You tread dangerously close to the abyss of despair. Loki's machinations are not mere whispers, they are a rising tide. You must choose your allies wisely. What is it you know, Valkyrie? Thor pressed, his heart racing at the sight of her. Is there truth in Fenrir's words? Has Loki truly turned against Asgard? Brynhildr stepped closer, her gaze intense. Loki dances on the strings of fate, she revealed. He seeks the power of the Bifrost for his own ends, to unleash chaos upon the realms. The giants of Jotunheim, with their dark ambitions, await his call. Then I must go to them. Thor declared, his resolve hardening like steel. I will confront Loki and end this treachery before it consumes us all. Be forewarned, Brynhildr cautioned, her tone grave. The giants are cunning, their hearts twisted. An alliance forged in darkness will lead only to ruin. Remember, brotherhood is not forged through treachery, but through honor. With a nod, Thor turned, feeling the weight of destiny settle upon his shoulders. The honor shall guide my blade, Valkyrie. I will not falter. As he stepped forward, Brynhildr grasped his arm, grounding him. Then heed this warning, Thor. Trust no one but trust yourself. The storm is brewing, and soon the heavens shall tremble. With her words echoing in his mind, he resumed his journey across the Bifrost, the colors swirling ominously. As the shadows thickened, he felt a surge of power radiating from the bridge. The air shimmered, and the winds howled, warning him of the impending confrontation. Approaching the edge of the Bifrost, he saw a gathering in the distance, a coalition of giants, their silhouettes monstrous and formidable against the backdrop of the storm. The roars of laughter filled the air, the scent of malice wafting toward Thor like smoke from a great fire. At their forefront was a colossal figure, clad in armor forged from the bones of ancient beasts, a giant named Thrym, known for his unmatched strength and ferocity. Ah, the mighty Thor arrives, Thrym bellowed, laughter rumbling like thunder. Come to seek an alliance with your sworn enemies, or perhaps to beg for mercy? I come to end this madness. Thor shouted, his voice echoing across the expanse. Loki's treachery has cast shadows upon Asgard, and I will not stand by as the realms crumble. Thrym's laughter grew louder, mocking. You think you can dictate terms? Son of Odin, your brother has shown you the true power of betrayal. Join us, and we will reshape Midgard together. Never, Thor replied fiercely, the tempest around him crackling with energy. I am not a pawn in your twisted game. I will fight for honor, for my family, and for Asgard. With that declaration, the air erupted as the giants charged forward, led by Thrym. The Bifrost trembled under the weight of their fury, and Thor stood his ground, MJ Elner raised high. Then let the storm break. Thrym roared, his massive fists swinging like thunderclouds. The collision sent shock waves through the realms as Thor met Thrym's blow with MJ Elner, his heart pounding with adrenaline and purpose. Each clash echoed like a battle cry, a testament to the very essence of gods clashing against uncontrollable forces. Your strength is impressive, But it is nothing against the fury of the giants. Thrym bellowed, swinging wildly. Thor dodged, weaving in and out of the chaos, his hammer singing through the air, striking giants with explosive power. Each blow unleashed a torrent of lightning, illuminating the darkness, but for every giant he felled, more surged forward, emboldened by their leader call. "He will fall, son of Odin," one shouted, swinging a colossal tree trunk that smashed against the ground, splintering the Bifrost beneath Thor's feet. With every ounce of strength, Thor roared back, channeling the tempest within him. "I will not yield to the likes of you," he bellowed, unleashing a wave of energy that sent the giants reeling. "For Asgard, for honor." But as the battle raged on, each clash of might echoing through the cosmos, Thor felt the shadows creep closer, whispering deceit and betrayal. The storm around him darkened, and he realized Loki's treachery was not merely a whisper, it was the very fabric of chaos woven through every clash. From the eye of the storm, he spotted a familiar figure, weaving through the giants the god of mischief himself, watching the battle unfold with a sly grin. Part 3, The Betrayal Unveiled. The Bifrost rumbled beneath Thor's feet as the giant surged forward like a tide of darkness, the air thick with the acrid scent of fury and blood. He could feel the storm within him, a churning tempest of rage and determination, as he faced Thrym, the towering giant whose laughter echoed like thunder. "Do you think you can defy the will of the giants, Thor? You are but a flickering candle in the face of an inferno." Thrym's voice boomed, a taunt that dripped with derision. "Then let me show you the power of that candle." Thor roared back, the fury in his heart igniting like a wildfire. He gripped Elna tightly, feeling the familiar weight of the hammer, the storm crackling around him. With a primal scream, he swung the hammer with all his might, unleashing a bolt of lightning that surged toward Thrym. The sky split open with a deafening roar as the lightning struck true, illuminating the battlefield in a blinding flash. Thrym staggered back, smoke rising from his charred armor, but the giant quickly regained his footing, fury igniting in his eyes. "You think you can defeat me with mere sparks? I am Thrym, born of frost and fury." Thor charged forward, the storm at his back, and met the giant with a clash that sent shockwaves through the very fabric of the Bifrost. The ground trembled as Elna connected with Thrym's massive weapon, a cacophony of sound that echoed across the realms. "I do not fight alone, Thrym," Thor shouted, and the storm answered, swelling around him, lightning dancing at his fingertips. With each strike, the battle intensified. The other giants, emboldened by their leader's fury, rushed forward, their monstrous forms blocking the storm light. Thor felt their weight pressing against him, but he pushed forward, embodying the wrath of Asgard. He swung Elna, a tempest unleashed, trolls and giants alike fell before him, their roars drowned in the thunder of his hammer. Yet, as he fought, an unsettling realization began to dawn on him. The shadows were not merely lurking, they moved among the giants, whispering betrayal. He caught a glimpse of Loki, the god of mischief, weaving through the fray, his laughter mingling with chaos. "Brother, look at you charging into your doom like a mindless bull," Loki called out, his tone mocking as he danced between the giants, a spectre of treachery. "Do you not see? You stand alone, a fool lost in a storm of your own making." "Silence!" Thor bellowed, rage boiling in his veins. "Your lies will not twist my resolve." But even as he shouted, doubt crept like ice into his heart. He had always trusted Loki, believed in the bond of brotherhood they shared. The god of mischief had been a part of his life, their childhood filled with endless adventures and mischief. Yet now, as he fought for the very survival of Asgard, the weight of betrayal hung heavily in the air. Thrym roared, snapping him from his thoughts. "Enough of this. Let us see if the god of thunder can withstand the weight of the giants." With a war cry, the giant charged, raising his colossal weapon high above his head. Thor prepared to meet the attack, adrenaline rushing through him. He could not falter, not now, not ever. Summoning the storm, he shouted, "By Odin's name, I will not yield." He swung Elna with all his might, the hammer crackling with energy as it collided with Thrym's weapon. The clash sent shockwaves rippling across the Bifrost, a blinding burst of light illuminating both the giant and the god of thunder. "You are nothing," Thrym roared, pushing back against Thor's might, but Thor dug his feet into the ethereal bridge, channeling every ounce of power he possessed. "Then let us see who truly stands in the storm," Thor shouted, his voice rising above the chaos. Gathering the tempest, he unleashed a great wave of energy that surged forth, crashing into Thrym and sending the giant stumbling back, dark shadows flickering around him. But as Thor pressed forward, he felt the tide of battle shift. From the corner of his eye, he spotted Loki, weaving amongst the giants, his presence a sinister shadow that seemed to empower their assault. With each step, doubt gnawed at Thor's resolve, the whispers of betrayal echoing in his mind. "Do you see, Thor?" Loki's voice sliced through the chaos like a dagger. "Your loyalty blinds you. Even now, your so-called allies gather strength from the chaos I have sown. Your words are poison." Thor spat, determination burning fiercely within him. "I will not allow your treachery to claim Asgard." But Loki just grinned, a sly glimmer in his eyes. "Oh, dear brother, you're already too late." With renewed ferocity, Thor swung Mjolnir, sending a bolt of lightning arcing across the battlefield, striking down 2 giants in a single blow. The air crackled with energy, but as he looked around, he saw the scene unfolding before him, a battle not just against giants, but against the very darkness that Loki had orchestrated. "Fight, Thor," he heard a voice call from the chaos. It was Brynhildr, the Valkyrie, her form a beacon of light amid the darkness. "You are not alone. Rally the spirits of the fallen heroes. Let them guide your hand." Thor's heart swelled with hope. He could feel the spirits of the past heroes, the courage intertwining with his own. In that moment, he realized that he was part of something far larger than himself, a legacy woven through the ages. He called upon their strength, feeling a surge of power coursing through him. "Together, we shall forge our destiny." Thor shouted, rallying his resolve. The storm intensified, and in that moment the Bifrost shimmered with a brilliant light, illuminating the battlefield as thunder roared overhead. As the giants surged forward, Thor met them head-on, Mjolnir blazing with divine energy. Each strike became a testament to his resolve, the hammer echoing the cries of countless warriors who had come before him. The ground trembled beneath him as he fought, the essence of Asgard fueling his every blow. "Take this," he shouted, swinging Mjolnir with relentless fury. Lightning arced from the hammer, crackling through the air, striking down giants one after another. But even as he fought, the shadows grew thicker, creeping closer, and there was Loki, still weaving his wicked web, a spectre of betrayal. "Do you truly believe you can change your fate, Thor?" Loki taunted, his laughter haunting the battlefield. "You cannot escape the web of my making." With a roar, Thor unleashed another surge of energy, blasting through the throng of giants. "I will defy the fate you have spun, Loki. I will not fall to your deceit." But as the dust settled after another storm of battle, Thor's heart sank. The remaining giants, emboldened by Loki's whispers, began to regroup, their monstrous forms looming over him. Desperation clawed at his throat. He needed to break through the treachery before it consumed him. "Enough," he bellowed, his voice filled with divine thunder. "I will not let you turn this realm to ruin. I am Thor, son of Odin, and I will stand against this darkness." Just then, from the depths of the Bifrost, he glimpsed a shimmering portal opening, a burst of white light breaking through the shadows. The spirits of the fallen, he realized. With a surge of purpose, he charged toward the portal, feeling the pulse of Asgard as might guiding him. "Come to me, warriors of the past," he shouted, and as he reached the portal, the energy surged around him, a whirlwind of light and spirit. From within the portal, heroic figures emerged, Valkyries, warriors, and spirits of old, their eyes gleaming with the fire of battle. "Together we shall fight," Brynhildr called, her voice ringing like a bell. "We are the storm, Thor, we are the legacy of Asgard." With a fierce battle cry, Thor and the spirits surged forward, a tidal wave of fury and honor crashing upon the giants. The brightness surged within him, and he felt the power of his ancestors coursing through his veins. The storm was no longer just his, it was a force of fate, a reckoning that would shake the realms to their core. "Let the storm break upon you," Thor roared, wielding Mjolnir with the strength of the ages. The giants faltered, their malice dwindling under the onslaught of the united forces of Asgard. But even as victory seemed within reach, Loki stood at the edge of the battlefield, a dark figure amidst the chaos. His laughter echoed through the storm, a haunting reminder that the battle was far from over. "You may win today, Thor, but the seeds of discord will grow. I will rise again." Thor locked eyes with Loki, fire blazing within him. "Then let it be so, brother. For every scheme you weave, I will stand with honor. Your betrayal will not." Hash 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 pot forth the eye of the storm. The echoes of battle thundered across the Bifrost, the fabric of reality itself vibrating with the clash of powers. As Thor surged forward, flanked by the spectral warriors of Asgard, he felt the tide of destiny shift. The air crackled with energy, each heartbeat a reminder of the stakes at play. "Together, we are unstoppable," Brynhildr shouted, her voice cutting through the chaos, a beacon of hope amidst the swirling maelstrom. She charged alongside Thor, her sword gleaming with divine light, striking down giants that dared approach. The spirits of fallen heroes rallied behind them, a tide of ethereal warriors surging into the fray. "Press on," Thor shouted, his voice resonating like thunder as Mjolnir swung like a tempest. The hammer met a giant's weapon with a resounding crack, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The sheer force of it radiated through him, igniting the spirits around him. But even amid the exhilaration of battle, the shadows of treachery lingered, and Thor could feel Loki's presence, a dark cloud hovering just out of reach. He stole glances, searching for his brother, the god of mischief. There, at the periphery of the chaos, Loki's figure flickered, his laughter mingling with the roars of the giants. "Do you see how even your own can rally against you, brother?" Loki called, his voice a seductive whisper that slithered through the clamor. "They follow you like moths to a flame, believing they can extinguish the storm I have unleashed. Enough of your lies." Thor bellowed, fury bubbling beneath his skin. "You are nothing but a shadow, Loki, and I will banish you to the depths of darkness where you belong." With renewed vigor, Thor unleashed a brutal onslaught, summoning the storm within. He hurled Mjolnir into the heart of the giants, the hammer crackling with raw power, cleaving through the monstrous forms like a bolt of lightning. The very ground quaked as ethereal warriors fought alongside him, their cries ringing in unison, a battle hymn that echoed through the skies. But the giants, agitated by their leader's cries, surged like a tidal wave, their numbers overwhelming. Grim, towering above the fray, roared angrily, "Enough of this charade, you cannot defy the will of Jotunheim, crush him." The giants charged, a maddened rush of fury and strength. "Hold the line," Thor commanded, but he felt the strain as they pressed forward. The air thickened with the scent of battle, the cries of the fallen echoing like a mournful dirge. He could feel the shadows creeping closer, dark tendrils weaving through the chaos, whispering doubts and fear. "Your spirit falters, Thor." Loki's voice broke through, mocking and desperate. "I have given you every chance to join me, yet you persist in your foolishness. You stand alone, and soon you shall be crushed beneath the weight of your misguided honor. Honor will always prevail." Thor roared, but the words rang hollow in the tempest of chaos. The shadows twisted, and for a fleeting moment he hesitated, the weight of Loki's betrayal pressing down upon him like a shroud. Was he truly alone? Just as despair threatened to consume him, a fierce wind surged through the Bifrost, carrying with it voices of courage from the past, the very essence of Asgard. "Fight, Thor, fight for honor, fight for your kin." The words resonated deep within him, igniting an inferno of determination. He charged forward, wielding Mjolnir like an extension of his very soul. Each swing of the hammer sent shockwaves through the oncoming giants, bolts of lightning tearing through their ranks. The spirits rallied, pushing back against the tide, their ethereal forms glowing brightly against the encroaching darkness. Suddenly, a great shadow loomed before him, Thrym, the giant king, seething with rage. "You think your ancestors can protect you? You are weak, Thor. Feel the weight of despair." He swung his colossal weapon, a great iron hammer that could shatter mountains. Thor sidestepped, narrowly avoiding the crushing blow, and countered with a mighty swing of Mjolnir. "You are nothing but a coward hiding behind brute strength." The hammer struck Thrym's weapon with a deafening crack, sending a shockwave that rippled through the Bifrost, shaking the very foundation of reality. "You dare insult me, godling?" Thrym growled, fury flashing in his eyes. "I will show you the true meaning of power." With a thunderous roar, he charged again, his massive frame barreling toward Thor like a storm itself. Summoning every ounce of strength, Thor met the charge head-on. "Then let us see who truly reigns over this storm," he shouted, channeling the energy of the tempest surging within him. The collision sent tremors skating through the Bifrost, blinding light erupting from the point of impact. For a moment, Thor felt the very fabric of existence tremble around him, the storm coordinating with his fury. He swung Mjolnir with renewed vigor, the hammer crackling with divine energy. The power surged through him, igniting the morale of his fellow warriors. Together, he shouted, a rallying cry that united all Asgardians present. The spirits surged forward, their collective strength merging with Thor's, pushing against the overwhelming tide of giants. But as the battle raged, Thor's heart sank. Loki's laughter echoed above the chaos, a haunting reminder of the shadows lurking just beyond their sight. "You will never win, Thor. The more you fight, the more despair will grow." He danced on the edges of the battlefield, a puppet master relishing the chaos he had orchestrated. With grit in his teeth and resolve hardening like steel, Thor shouted into the storm, "I will not be a pawn in your game, Loki. Honor will pave my path." He thrust Mjolnir skyward, summoning the full fury of the storm. The skies answered, dark clouds swirling and crackling with lightning, as if the heavens themselves bent to his will. "Remember this moment, brother." Loki cried, stepping closer, a glimmer of threat in his eyes. When you fall, know that it was your own foolish honor that brought you to ruin. I will carve my destiny. Thor shouted back, and just as Loki stepped closer, he hurled Mjolnir with all his might. The hammer flew through the air, a streak of lightning that struck true against Loki's heart. But in an instant, the god of mischief vanished, slipping into the shadows like a wraith, leaving only a haunting echo of laughter behind. Foolish, foolish brother. Loki's voice reverberated through the storm. You may fight them today, but the true battle lies within your heart. Thor felt a chill creep through him, as if the shadows themselves whispered his deepest fears. He turned to face Thrym, who grinned wickedly, his colossal form towering above. What now, Thor? You've lost your brother and the support of the spirits. This is your end. No, it is not over yet, Thor yelled, determination igniting anew. He lifted Mjolnir high, the storm around him swelling with renewed vigor, and charged forward once more, rallying his spirit against the insurmountable odds. Each step was a defiance against the encroaching darkness. For Asgard, for honor, he roared, unleashing a blinding strike of energy that surged from Mjolnir. The combined forces of his ancestors surged with him, lighting the path ahead. In that moment, the Bifrost became a battlefield of legends. The echoes of the past intertwined with the living, fighting shoulder to shoulder against the impending chaos. Thor felt the power of his kin, their strength coursing through him, amplifying his resolve. Let the storm rage, he cried, and with a final, thunderous swing of Mjolnir, he charged into the fray once more, ready to face whatever dark fate lay ahead. The storms of betrayal would not claim him. He would stand resolute, a beacon of honor in the face of chaos, and he would show Loki the true meaning of betrayal. In the heart of the storm, with every swing of the hammer, Thor vowed to reclaim Asgard not just for himself, but for every soul who had fought beside him. And as he faced down Thrym and the giants, he knew this battle was but the beginning of an epic saga destined to shape the annals of time. The storm had begun, and within its depths a hero would rise.